I enjoy watching Iceberg videos. It really shows how deep any topic can be. As an avid player of card games, there were plenty of lists for the big three, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic the Gathering. I then set out to find a list of general trading card games. I came across this list, and right in the middle is Weiss Schwarz, and then I thought to myself, I should make my own iceberg chart for Weiss Schwarz, and, well, I did. The chart took me a week to create. I scourged the depths of the internet, asked various players, and hosted multiple live streams where I gathered as much information on this game as possible. I consider this as a celebration of the Weiss Schwarz trading card games, and as such, I asked some friends of mine to help me out on reading this chart. And without further ado, let's get started. Kara Expo. This is the Bushy Road Convention. It was held the last 2 years in Anaheim, California, and the previous years in Singapore. There are tournaments for the card games, panels for the anime properties, plenty of booths promoting various properties in card games, some wrestling matches in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and performances from some of the Bang Dream groups. Currently, as of recording this, there is no announcement for a third Kara Expo in the United States. Thanks, COVID.
Weiss Schwarz Reddit. The Reddit group is a good starting point for new players. There are helpful resources and links for people starting out in the game and haven't had any kind of experience going around doing things, whether it's shops, whether it's items, or whether it's a voice of encouragement. It's an overall community hub that's fairly active.
The Weiss Schwarz Global Community. On Facebook, there's a group called the Weiss Schwarz Global Community that is currently the biggest hub for news, buying, selling, trading, and all around the most active community for Weiss Schwarz.
Bushy Road Strategy Presentations. Bushy Road hosts these live-streamed events called strategy presentations where they announce changes and additions to their TCGs. For Weiss, this is where they'll announce things like tournaments and new series that are being added. Recently, English started doing them as well, the most recent one being Anime Expo Lite. The next JP one is coming up next month.
Birdcage Diva SSP. This is one of the most expensive cards in the game. This Yuki Nut from Bang Dream Girls Brand Party Volume 1 demands prices of over $1,500 USD. There are other cards that have reached that price, such as the Kurumi SEC from Day Day Live. However, it was one of the first cards to reach such a high price in English, and thanks to that, combined with its fame for being one of the best finishers in the game, it's become quite the icon for both seasoned players and outside onlookers or collectors. A guy at my locals actually pulled one, and now plays it in a single-sleeved Bang Dream deck that he carries around in a Ziploc bag. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. English exclusive sets. These are sets that are released only on the English market and are called English exclusives. This started with Cardcaptor Sakura and later added Batman Ninja, Adventure Time, Mob Psycho 100, the recently released 7 Deadly Sins, and later this year, Ruby will join that lineup. These are not released in the Japanese version of Weiss Schwarz and even have labels that they are not to be sold outside the Americas, Europe, and Australia, along with some Pacific Islands, Taiwan, Indonesia, and Singapore. Cardcaptor Sakura was adapted to Japanese, however, it carries different card effects, meaning that the English version is still technically exclusive.
Bunko Babes. This is a term coined by Weiss Schwarz YouTuber Rudy from Alpha Investments as a way to describe the Fujimi Fantasia Bunko. His Bunko Babes video has added more collector eyes on the game.
Max Rarity. This is a term that is used when a person creates a deck with the highest rarity cards available. This means playsets of SPs, triple rares, super rares, and, in some occasions, SSPs and SECs. Decks usually run up to thousands of dollars depending on the series. Kudo-kun, one of the OG Weiss Schwarz YouTubers. Although they have not uploaded a Weiss Schwarz related video in a while, the effects of their videos still permeate through the Weiss Schwarz YouTube community.
The Bang Dream Sparkling Collection, a special collector's edition that was only available through Chara Expo 2018. It contained various reprints from Bang Dream Girls Band Party. There was only 600 made available, 300 per convention date, 1 per customer, and they were sold at $50 each.
English's lack of ban list. Unlike the Japanese version of the game, English Weiss does not have a real ban list. There's no limited or forbidden card list yet, but we do have rulings in place that prevent us from running certain combinations of cards. We will get back to this soon. Bushiroad has also made it pretty clear that they do not intend to create a ban list, that they would rather modify the game to better suit the English market. Keep this in mind for later as well.
Shioko-chan. Shioko is the official mascot of Weiss Schwarz. Drawn by Nishi Asuka Sensei, she has done art for Rebirth for You, Milky Holmes, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and plenty more Bushiroad properties. Shioko is described as a high school girl who loves to play card games, and her catchphrase is Kado Game Shio, which means let's play card games. She is featured in plenty of Weiss Schwarz products, PR cards, and promotional material.
Blu-ray PR cards. There are special PR cards that are only available when purchasing a specific Blu-ray. This includes both JP and English versions of the game. Some examples include Assault Lily and Gochiuse in JP, and Gun Gale and Bunny Girl Senpai in English, among others.
English erratas. English Weiss Schwarz has a constantly updating erratas list. This is where all corrections for mistranslations and card errors go after the product has been printed. Make sure you check this often, because again, it gets updated constantly.
The Shirokuro Festival. What is a Shirokuro Festival? Well, it is simple. It is a Weiss Schwarz tournament and celebration that is held in Japan each year. There are special tournaments, booths, and festival exclusive products available.
AX 2018, Aina Aiba playing with fans. In Anime Expo 2018, Aina Aiba was at the Bushiroad booth and they announced that a lucky fan will play a round of Weiss Schwarz against Aina Aiba. Everyone played rock, paper, scissors at the same time and one person got to play against her. She was playing a max rarity Roselia deck. JP Point Redemption. In the booster packs of Weiss Schwarz, you are able to receive point cards and you can trade in those points for special prizes. This is only available in Japan. Some sets have special contests where you can send in the points to be entered for special prizes.
Title Cups. These are special tournaments in Japan where you're only allowed to enter using a deck from a certain series. Some examples include the Band Leagues, where you can only enter using Bang Dream, Quintessential Cup, where you can only enter using Quince cards, or the Alicization Cup, where you can only enter using cards from Sword Art Alicization.
Let's say Weiss Schwarz before starting a match. Vanguard has Stand Up Vanguard. Buddy Fight has Raise Your Flag. Beyblade has 3, 2, 1, Go Shoot. Weiss Schwarz has
Weiss Schwarz.
IME Climax PR card. This is a special PR Climax card that is only available in an IME CD that was part of a concert event in 2013. You get one PR card per CD. This card is legal in all decks and current prices range roughly around $250 to $400 as of this recording.
Review Starlight STR cards. In the first Review Starlight set, there are Starlight rares with the actual idols posing for photo shoots on top of a silvery rainbow holographic background featuring the signature gold inlay and clear text box of other SSPs, and these further have no card border. What really sets these apart is that they're hand-signed by the idols, not hot-stamped, and are numbered 1 through 99 to show their exclusivity. As far as I can tell, the ratio to pull one of these was 1 in several cases, some say 4, some say 6, making them by far the rarest cards in English Weiss Schwarz. So few of these exist and are bought and sold that pricing them is nearly impossible.
Weiss Schwarz 13th Anniversary PR card and mat. For the 13th anniversary of Weiss Schwarz, there was a special playmat and PR card that was handed out at shop tournaments. It featured special art made by artist Nishi Asuka.
Flights for the winners of English regionals. In the fall regional tournament for Weiss Schwarz, the top 3 players of each tournament are invited to participate in Worlds. This takes place in Japan and only the champion's flight is paid for. If they can't attend, that invitation can be passed down all the way to 4th place. However, the 2 other invitees must pay for their own flights, and if they cannot, their invites cannot be transferred, thus confirming another iceberg theory in Weiss Schwarz: one of the best ways to be good at the game is to have money.
Artist signatures. For certain sets, the signatures are not of the voice actresses, they are actually of the artist. Some example of these sets include Sneaker Bunko, Nohana A, and then Fujimi Fantasia Bunko.
Set exclusive rares. Some sets include rarity codes that are exclusive to the set in question. They're typically between an SP and a triple rare. Some examples include the Hanayome rares in Quintessential Quintuplets, TG rares in Sakura Wars, and the Kaguya rares in Kaguya-sama.
ENG lack of signed cards. Some sets in the English edition of Weiss Schwarz do not have signed cards. They are replaced with hot stamped cards. More later sets include numbered cards as well. The current sets that do not have signed cards are both Magia Record sets, Kaguya-sama, Heaven's Feel, Volume 2, some cards in 7 Deadly Sins, and in Japan, World Trigger.
The PSP game, Weiss Schwarz Portable, was developed by Bandai Namco Games and released on November 23, 2011. This is a combination of visual novel and card game. You play as a faceless protagonist as you try to court a variety of girls while you play Weiss Schwarz. There were 3 versions available: Booster Weiss, Boost Schwarz, and Second Turn. There are collector's editions of the game that include paper mats, PR cards, card sleeves, and an art book.
English editions. Some sets in English Weiss are considered English editions. The exact reasons for them may vary, but generally they're either a combination of different sets of one series, or a regular set but with some extra adjustments made to card effects, usually for cards that were on the Japanese ban list. Some examples of English edition sets include Fairy Tail, Persona 4, Nisekoi, Angel Beats, Disgaea, Bang Dream Multi-Life, and more recently the Quintessential set.
ENG art and effect changes. As mentioned previously, some sets are considered English exclusive sets, but there are still some sets that have effects changed from their Japanese counterparts. This can include art changes in Fujimi Fantasia Bunko and Data Live, as well as full effect changes like the Junyu from Kansai Collection and the 2-1 Darkness backup from Konosuba.
Gorilla Grodd and Infiltration Batman. There was an unintended combo in Batman Ninja where you were able to field a level 3 character as soon as level 0. This specific level 3 came from the demo deck, and due to an oversight just so happened to share its card name with a certain level 1 from the booster pack. Now usually this wouldn't be a problem, except that this level 1 Batman was able to be called at level 0 due to Gorilla Grodd's effect. Since Gorilla Grodd only specifies card name, the level 3 Batman was also considered a valid target. Bushiroad quickly came out and issued a ruling stating that Gorilla Grodd and the demo deck Batman were not allowed to be played in the same deck. As of now, this is the only semblance of a ban list we have in English Weiss.
English Frozen Bond first and second cards. In the English edition of ReZero Frozen Bond, first and second cards were included in the set. Because this is an extra booster set, the Japanese edition of the Frozen Bond does not contain first and second cards.
2019 Worlds Adventure Time announcement. Prior to Bushiroad holding their 2019 Worlds livestream, they announced that they would be revealing an exclusive English set during the tournament. They announced Adventure Time during the top 8 for English Weiss Schwarz, which caused 3/4 of the games to end past their round time. Essentially, players were given extra time to finish their matches because of this announcement.
Milky Holmes Fan Fun Pearly Pack. A special Milky Holmes joke set. This was only available in 2017 Shirokuro Festival. There are 6 legal cards in the set, while the remaining cards are intended as a joke. Some effects include trading booster packs with your opponent and gaining a 2k power if the player is ball, as well as this monstrosity.
English exclusive Cardcaptor Sakura event. There was a first look event held for the first English exclusive Cardcaptor Sakura in Anaheim, California. It was limited to 30 players and they were allowed to bring a +1. Players were given packs and there was a tournament as well.
Weiss Schwarz Chronicles. A special collector's edition of some early Weiss Schwarz sets. This was announced during their 13th anniversary and includes some sets like Persona 3, Little Busters, and DeCapo. It included a copy of every card from the set, all of which were foil, and some of which were full art.
The official Weiss Schwarz song. There is a song that is sung by Aimi and Mikoi Sasaki called Kado Game Shio. A vocalist version is played during the Weiss Schwarz sections of the Bushiroad strategy presentations. There is also an alternative version recorded by Suzuko Mimori, who is the voice actress of Shioko. The lyrics goes like this. Kansaru desu, detsu Weiss Schwarz shio, and nakayuku naru tori ga. It's honestly a really great bop. Please give it a listen.
Disgaea TD topping an ENG regional. In 2015, the Bushiroad World Championship North America Continental Finals was topped by Alexi Cortez, and they were piloting the 2009 Disgaea trial deck. Also in the same year, Jun Oh won a tournament at Anime Expo using the exact same trial deck. There is speculation that these two tops are what convinced Bushiroad to bring the rest of Disgaea to English Weiss Schwarz.
Ban players for unsportsmanlike conduct. There are players that are banned for entering tournaments because of unsportsmanlike conduct. Although vague, some of these include a player that was banned for tearing apart their award certificate and another player banned for burning their prize cards.
The illegal English Kaguya-sama trial decks. In the English edition of Kaguya-sama, some trial decks were misprinted by being short one event and given an extra climax. This brings the total of climaxes in the deck to 9, making the trial decks illegal to play. Bushiroad stated that they are going to send an extra copy of the missing event to card shops to give to players.
Weiss Schwarz Cafe. A special event was held in the living room cafe called the Weiss Schwarz Cafe with Bang Dream. This was held from May 15 to the 23rd in 2021. There was a display of every single product released, some outfits worn by the members in Bang Dream, special drinks, oversized Morphonica cards, and when you enter, you receive a special PR card in a band league pack. There were also special cafe exclusive products for sale, and if you spent 2,000 yen or more, you get a special Roselia PR card.
Weiss Survive, an anime that first aired on June 6, 2009 and ended on September 26, 2009. It had a sequel series released December 5, 2009, ending on March 27, 2010. It features Takeshi being transported to a different dimension where he has to play Weiss Schwarz to survive. Every episode is 2 minutes long and is considered an ecchi anime. It is honestly terrible, but an odd footnote in the history of Weiss Schwarz, and there's even some PR cards for the main character available.
Joker, Innate Insanity. In the BCS 2019, you got this special entry PR card if you entered the tournament using a Batman Ninja deck, and this is the only known way to receive this PR card besides buying it on the secondary market. It's a 4K0 that lets your opponent draw and discard when it's reversed and gives the character facing it Encore for 2 stock, making it a terrible overstated beater that doesn't exactly stack up to the other beaters in the base Batman set, which isn't exactly a high bar. So for something being so exclusive, it's a bit disappointing. My friend actually did manage to snag one of these promos though, but his experience in the tournament with Batman Ninja was less than ideal.
Batman Ninja convention booths. To help promote Batman Ninja, the Bushiroad booth at Gen Con and WonderCon were themed in the style of Batman Ninja. The only available pictures online are from WonderCon. It's questionable whether or not it worked.
Gigant Rare Cards. In the set Choubakuretsu Ijigen Menko Battle Gigant Shooter, there's a specific rare called Gigant Rare, or GR for short. These are super thick cards that are also usable to play Menko, which appears to be a traditional Japanese card game.
I know how to play Weiss Schwarz! In some of the first demo decks for Weiss Schwarz, there were some buttons that say, I know how to play Weiss Schwarz! These are only available through the Milky Holmes demo deck.
Shortening of rounds in major tournaments. Occasionally, during BCS, Springfest, and WGPs, Bushiroad would announce 6 rounds of the tournament but will shorten them to 5 rounds last minute. Alternatively, they would announce 5 rounds with a win for any buy card, but then would change it to 6 rounds at the last minute.
Second game in Crayon Shinchan. In Crayon Shinchan, there is a second game that can be played. Below the trigger icons of the cards, there are symbols for rock, paper, scissors. The second game in Shinchan is rock, paper, scissors.
God packs. There are special booster packs in certain sets that contain all SP cards or secret rare cards. These include a booster box that are no special markings indicated that it is a god pack. Some sets that have these are Bang Dream, Kantai Collection Abyssal, and Sinful Gear. It is speculated that you receive one god pack per master case.
ENG Haruhi removal of World with Faded Colors. The English edition of The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya does not include the cards World with Faded Colors. The reason for this is because it is banned in JP. Bushiroad has gone on record saying that they do not want a ban list. As a result, this card is not printed in English. It is currently impossible to have a full set of Haruhi in English because this card is missing in the booster packs. Come on, Bushiroad, you know what to do.
Emergency errata during a tournament. There is a rumor that when Konosuba first came out in English, an emergency errata was issued for a level 0 darkness in the middle of a BCS tournament. A judge was called to the table for a ruling question and was asked if that specific darkness was allowed to target the opponent's characters, as the original Japanese card did state that any character on the field was a valid target. An emergency errata was issued because the darkness turned out to be mistranslated.
Kidani Sensei book and PR card. The creator of Bushiroad, Takaki Kidani, wrote a book. In that book, you are able to receive this PR card. This card states, continuous. Every person gains card game trait. And when you trigger this card, you can play it in any slot on the stage. No one really knows the reason for the 24k 610 power though.
JP ban list based on representation and not power level. This is self-explanatory. The JP ban list hits whatever set is overrepresented and not fully based on power. If we want to see Disgaea get banned, best way to do it, have everybody bring Disgaea. If everybody has Disgaea, nobody can have Disgaea.
Tulovru banned in local card shops. There have been reports of Tulovru being banned from local card shops because of the suggestive art on some of the cards in the set. Some local LGSs refused to stock the set, and some shops would not allow TLR to be played in their store at all. This sparked an outcry between people who have bought the set and people who are just a fan of its suggestive art.
Lottery for Top 8 U.S. Nationals 2013. In 2013, the U.S. Nationals, there was a ruling that anyone who made X0 is going to be in the top 8, and anyone who gets X1 will get in by randomization. The 4 X0s made it to the top 8, and there were over 16 X1s. They added the remaining 4 players through a randomization method, specifically random.org, instead of a tiebreaker. This is from Kit from Burn 1. This game is already pretty random with how the win condition is met in this game, so having people who are X1 randomly get fucked by random lottery was not the way this should have played out. I feel super bad for everyone who didn't get a fair chance due to it.
The clock tower is a single person. You may have heard the rumor that the clock tower is actually not 2 people, but 1 person doing different voices. In the Casually Weiss Schwarz community Discord, Colton and Brandon are never in the same Discord call. It's always one or the other. I have no comment.
Coco is the real YouTuber in 36 Cancel. Many viewers of the popular Weiss Schwarz YouTube channel 36 Cancel believe that Jack is the person talking in the videos, when in actuality it is Coco, the Weiss cat. Coco uses Jack as a host body to convey their Weiss Schwarz knowledge. It is speculated that Coco and Shioko may be the same entity.
The YouTuber Casually Weiss Schwarz does not wear pants in their videos. There have been reports of the up-and-coming YouTuber Casually Weiss Schwarz that they do not wear pants when they are filming their table segments. There are supposed screenshots floating around of their bare thighs, and they continue to shoot down these rumors to this day, despite it being true. If anyone does have any of these screenshots, come find me later.
Shioko is an omnipotent goddess. In the PSP game, Shioko appears out of nowhere in a different school uniform and in a different art style to communicate to the protagonist about Weiss Schwarz. That is also the catalyst and the introduction of Weiss Schwarz into the game. In other forms of media, Shioko appears to card game otakus and shows them the game of Weiss Schwarz and even sends them to the moon. There are speculations that the different outfits that she wears are also her different forms.
The single dislike in all Weiss Schwarz related videos. In nearly every Weiss Schwarz related video, there is a single dislike by an unknown entity. There are reports of a dislike appearing minutes after a video has been uploaded to even before the video has been even made public. No one knows who is disliking the videos, but some sources report that it is a person who was sunshined a little too much. And there we have the iceberg list. This video took me a month to make, including the actual chart. So thank you to everyone who has helped create the list, who has given me any information, and major thanks to the readers, Colton and Brandon from the Clock Tower. SoySaucerWS, NendoWS, Contains Anime, 36 Cancel, and Winning Image. Go subscribe to the respective channels, they really deserve it. And also a major thanks to Audrey Sampson, Ted Turtle, Kilua, June O, and Kit for some of the extra help and images provided. I couldn't have done this without all of your help. And thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you later.